It's a new year, but I want to take a moment to look back and share my favorite video gear I bought in 2021 that I'm excited to bring into the new year. Hi, I'm Aaron Parecki. On my channel, I host weekly live streams answering questions about live streaming and related video gear. And in this video, I want to take a moment to look back at 2021 and talk about some of the gear I bought that I've been super excited about. Before we get started, I want to mention a few quick things. This video is not sponsored, and everything in this video is something I've actually purchased myself. Now, I did get a lot of great gear sent to me last year to review on this channel, but anything that was sent to me to review or keep is automatically excluded from this video. So keep that in mind as you're watching this. There may be some products I would have liked to include in a top gear of 21 that aren't in this video because it wasn't something I bought myself. So for this video, I'm gonna go through my top 10 purchases I made myself over the course of the year. These products range everywhere from $10 to $1,500, so there should be a little bit of something in here for everybody. Let's start from the cheapest and we'll end with the most expensive. I will include affiliate links to everything in the description below. Affiliate links don't cost you any extra when you use them, and instead I get a little portion of your purchase price from the store you buy them from. It is a super easy and free way for you to support this channel. So here we go. The first thing I want to share are these little 8-inch flexible USB-C cables for around $10. I use these for a couple of things. They are a great way to attach a hard drive to an ATEM Mini, for example, and they're also a really good way to attach that same hard drive to your computer. And that's actually one of the ways I record these videos. Record on the ATEM Mini Extreme, pop the hard drive out, bring it to your computer, and edit there. You can also use them to attach a hard drive to a Blackmagic camera. I like how flexible and thin they are. They're not super bulky and they're not long, so they're very easy to pack when you're traveling. Next, we have the Nanlite Pavotube 6C. It's around $90. These little tube lights are really useful, and again, they pack down very small. There's a built-in battery that lasts surprisingly long, and there is a very wide color range available in the light. I'm actually not using them in this shot because I'm in my studio lights, but when I'm traveling, or even if I am lighting product shots on this table, I'll usually put a few around in various places to get the lighting just right. All right, next up is my ATEM Mini and YoloBox stands. Now, technically I didn't buy these because these are the ones that I made myself, but I did buy the stuff I used to make them, and now you can buy these too. I launched these early in 2021 because I wanted to use them myself. And I am very excited that I'm able to actually sell them so that you can have them in your own studio as well. These little stands tilt the ATEM Mini and YoloBox at an angle so that they're easier to use on a desk. And they also provide a bunch of mounting points for attaching various accessories like a wireless HDMI receiver or wireless mic receiver. It is a much nicer way of using these devices compared to laying flat on a desk. These stands I designed in 3D modeling software, and now they're available for you to purchase at retailers all around the world. Next up, the Elgato Stream Deck XL. This is around $250. So what is this? Well, it's a bunch of buttons with little screens behind them. Normally you can use it with a computer and program actions for controlling various software on your computer. But I actually use it for automating my entire studio and all the gear inside of it. The way this works is using the free app called Companion. Companion can talk to the Stream Deck and show different text on the buttons, and then Companion talks to all the different hardware around the studio. So I can make different pages in the app to control various things in the studio, like the recording on the ATEM or live stream automation. I can control my SDI matrix to send various inputs to various screens around here. And I can even control the lights in my studio using the buttons on the Stream Deck. The small 15 button is great too, and I've used that for years, but I did find myself filling up the pages, and I like the larger size a lot better. Next up, and this is kind of a two-parter, it is my teleprompter setup. This is the Lilliput A11 10-inch monitor for $350 and the Glide Gear TMP100 for $200. So I actually upgraded to a larger teleprompter this year. I was previously using a smaller, around 7-inch one before. This teleprompter sits in front of my main camera, the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. The screen's about 10 inches and it's a decent size to be able to see this from where I'm sitting, which is about 5 feet away. The Glide Gear TMP100 fits that 10-inch screen nicely, but it actually doesn't fit exactly with the mounting there, and I ended up having to just stick a piece of gaff tape under it to hold it in place. Kind of silly, but it does work. And then thanks to the SDI matrix in my studio, I can send any device to the teleprompter. So I can either send my Apple TV for screen sharing, a phone or an iPad. I can have my web presenter displayed there for live streams, or if I'm recording videos like these, I can have my computer monitor there, or if I'm in Zoom calls, my second computer monitor can have the Zoom display up. That monitor is a key thing that makes this work because that monitor supports the image flip feature built in. So instead of having to find software or other things to be able to mirror, the monitor is the one mirroring so that anything will be mirrored properly. I will add one caveat to this, which is the monitor at 10 inches is a little bit small to see the details if you're looking at the ATEM's multi-view at this distance, but if I were closer, it would be a reasonable size to see the full multi-view. Next up, we have the Magewell Pro Convert. This comes in a few different models, but they're all around $400. I recently bought this device because I've been looking for something that can receive a live stream from other devices over the network and then output them into my ATEM over HDMI. This device is available in a bunch of different configurations. You can get with or without NDI, you can get SDI or HDMI outputs. I actually have both the non-NDI and NDI version, and I use the SDI models because I'm outputting them into my matrix. If you were using them with an ATEM, I would probably go with the HDMI version instead so you can plug them directly in. The device itself has a lot of different modes. It can receive lots of different kinds of streams. I mainly use it as an RTMP server, and I can stream to it from an ATEM or even a camera like the DJI Action II or the Lumix GH5 II. The NDI model, of course, can also receive NDI feeds over the network, which is a really good way to bring NDI sources into your ATEM as well. It is not cheap, but it has been very reliable. And I actually did make an alternative to this in 2020 using a Raspberry Pi. The performance of that was okay, and it does definitely have some weird glitches because of how it works, and importantly, the latest Raspberry Pi OS took out the main piece of software that relied on. So this has been a very stable solution for me in the studio, and I've really been enjoying using it. Next, we have the DJI Action II. This tiny camera, including the little screen attachment below it, is about $500. Now, I know I'm going to get some angry comments about this one. So first, just let me get this out of the way. Yes, I have had this camera overheat while recording, but also, I still like it anyway. Now, I'm not going to use this camera to record 10 minutes of me talking like this. And that's where you're going to get the overheating. I don't use it that way, so I don't have that problem. What I mainly use it for is for quick shots a couple seconds long while I'm traveling. It is so small. It fits in your hand, you can stick it in a pocket, pull it out very quickly, and it means I can get video when I wouldn't be able to use any other camera, even my phone. One of my favorite things about it is because the record button is a physical button on top, I can have it in my pocket, I can pull it out, press the record button all without looking, and it turns on extremely quickly and starts recording right away. So I can actually just be like, oh, I'm walking somewhere, I can pull it out of the pocket, get a couple of seconds of video, and put it away. This lower screen that sort of attaches with a magnet and a clip, that will let you record to the SD card as well, and it also contains an additional battery inside, and that is a great addition to it. But I will say I probably use that only about half the time because it is twice the size when that's attached. So yes, it does have overheating problems. No, it's not going to be your main camera, but also that's not what it's designed for. It's a very good portable travel camera. Now we're getting into some of the more expensive stuff. The next I want to talk about is the Midas MR18 audio mixer at around $800. I got this relatively late in the year, but it has been a fantastic addition to my studio setup here. This is a rack mount audio mixer with a bunch of XLR inputs, and it's a USB audio interface, and it has a bunch of aux XLR outs. This model in particular has more aux outputs compared to some of the other models, which is the reason I got it. Now, previously I was doing all of my audio mixing for my live streams in the ATEM itself, and it definitely works, but it does have some limits. Now that I have the MR18, I'm moving more and more of my audio routing for the shows into that device. You can create different mixes that get sent out all the different aux ports. So what that means is I can send certain channels to the live stream and certain other ones, like my computer speakers, into the speakers in my room. I want to hear the sounds that my computer is making in the room, and sometimes I want those shared on the live stream. And if I'm using the ATEM, I can't really do that because there's only one audio mix in the ATEM, and it includes my microphone, which would be causing feedback. I will also say I've just barely scratched the surface of what this device can do, so stay tuned to my live streams to learn more about this as I continue to integrate this into the workflow here. Purchase number 9 at $1,300 is the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. I can't not mention the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, but I almost forgot to include it because I forgot this came out in 2021. It has just been so great, and it is everything I wanted in an ATEM of this size, and it has quickly taken its place as the center of my entire workflow here. Before this came out, I was often using 2 ATEM Mini Pros back to back in order to get more inputs into them. And with the 8 inputs, I can do a lot more with this device. But two of my favorite features in the Extreme ISO model, the highest price ATEM Mini, are the Super Source and the ISO recording. Super Source is what lets you do these side-by-side or 3 or 4 up video layouts. Previously, this would have taken a way more expensive ATEM or a lot of additional hardware to pull off. I use this all of the time on my live streams to have myself over on the side and my computer screen or an iPad on the screen as well. Plus, if I'm bringing in guests into a show, I can have 3 or 4 of us all on the screen at the same time, all resized and cropped. The ISO recording has also been a very useful feature, and it's how I've actually been recording most of my recent YouTube videos. All 8 inputs are recorded to the hard drive at the same time. That means you can go back and edit later without having to worry about live switching. When I'm recording videos like these, I don't live switch camera angles. I actually just record everything all at the same time and then go back and edit it later. This is the cheapest way to get an 8-channel video recorder. Nothing else even comes close. I've got a lot of other videos on my channel about the other features in the ATEM, so make sure to check those out in the links below. Lastly, and the most expensive purchase of 2021 is the Lumix GH5 II. This camera has been fantastic. I've been using Lumix cameras for years, and I really like them, but the GH5 II is a very solid upgrade in this lineup. Interestingly, it doesn't actually have a permanent home in my live streaming setup. I mainly use it for filming B-roll for my videos, and I bring it with me when I travel. It does occasionally make its way into my live streams, it just doesn't have a permanent stationary home, because I do want to pick it up and travel with it all the time. One of the features I've been using with my live streams here is actually the built-in RTMP streaming feature. I can actually stream from the camera directly to an RTMP server. So that could, for example, be YouTube, but I actually stream from it to the Magewell RTMP server I mentioned earlier in this video. And that way I can have a wireless handheld streaming camera with nothing attached streaming directly into the ATEM. I bought this relatively late in the year, right before my trip to Finland, and I got some amazing photos and time lapses of the northern lights with it. So I'm definitely going to be learning more about everything this camera can do since I've just barely started to use it. So again, stay tuned to my live streams because I will be sure to share more tips about it as I am learning what it can do. So that's a wrap for my 2021 purchases. I hope you found some new things to add to your kits. Like I mentioned at the beginning, there's a bunch of other amazing gear that I've used in 2021 that didn't make it into this video because I wanted to focus on only things that I actually purchased myself. So if you didn't see something in this video that I've talked about during my live streams, it's probably because that's something that was sent to me to review and not a purchase I actually made. Everything I mentioned in this video is linked down below, so please do use my affiliate links if you decide to make any purchases. It is a very easy way to help support this channel at no additional cost to you. And make sure to check out my new online store at shop.aaronpk.tv. You can find my ATEM Mini and YoloBox stands there, as well as a bunch of other new fun products I've been launching. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite purchase of 2021 was. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.